And what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Geeking Poetic podcast channel. I'm your host, Larry Roberts, and I am back with another unboxing video. Now, one of the last unboxing videos I did was for the exclusive Kiss Dynasty releases from Kiss Online. If you're interested in checking out my review I did of the 45th anniversary Dynasty releases, you can click on those links. Now, as I've said before, I am a huge Kiss fan. I am a collector. I'm not a diehard collector. I know a bunch of you out there are really diehard about it, and you have to get every variation and every vinyl version of all the albums. I have a lot of them, but I don't collect all of them. It's a little too much and it's a little too expensive for me. So I buy what I like, essentially. And that's the case with the stuff that I'm going to open and share with you here today, because I did not get all of the exclusives like I did with the Dynasty one. This time I was a little more picky choosy about what I wanted. Not least of which because they've come out with so much exclusive Kiss Online stuff. It's just really hard for me to keep up with it, but I do pick up what I can, and I just thought, you know what? I'll open it with you here on camera so you can check it out for the first time as I check it out for the first time. But a couple of things I want to address before we get into the unboxing. First and foremost, thank you for checking out our shows. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and keep checking back, because I'm going to keep doing content just like this. So if you dig what you see, let me know and I will do more of it. Second of all, for those that were asking, I have no affiliation whatsoever with Kiss Online or with the band Kiss or with their record label or anybody who manufactures this stuff. I have no connections. I've got no inside source. I have to go online and try to get lucky to get this stuff just the same as everybody else. So as you'll see, like, I got lucky with the Dynasty one. I was able to get the exclusive that sold out really quick. Everybody knows all of these Kiss exclusives tend to sell out really fast, and it pisses a lot of people off, and sometimes it's aggravating for me too, but it's just the name of the game. That's how it is with all collectibles, really. Some people get lucky and some people miss the boat on it, and you know, that's part of what makes a lot of people want this stuff so bad. This time, I did not get the really exclusive stuff. I did not get any of the limited to 500 records. I did get some other really cool limited stuff, though, and I want to show it here to you today. So, without any further ado, let's get into some unboxing. All right, first up, several weeks or so back, they put up for pre-order on Kiss Online some exclusive Animalize merchandise. Now, that included a colored vinyl exclusive, as well as a limited to 500 picture disc version of Animalize. And as far as I can tell, in both cases, the covers are a little bit different, just like they did with the Dynasty one, where it had the really shiny, cool, reflective covers, and they did with the Kiss debut album one, where it had the rhinestones on there. They keep trying to up the ante by making the overall package just something a little more exclusive, rather than just simply giving you colored vinyl or a simple picture disc. Now, I love the Animalize album. I know when it gets into the non-makeup era stuff, it's a little divided, to say the least, amongst Kiss fans. I love all eras of Kiss, and Animalize is actually one of my favorite Kiss albums. So when I found out they were coming out with exclusive stuff, I had to get it. But, spoiler alert, I did not get the 500. I wasn't able to get my hands on that one. It sold out before I could get it. So it goes, you know. But I was able to get the other limited edition vinyl, and let's check it out here. Now, I know these do have the pull tab thing to open it up, but they also have tape on here as well, so I am going to cut this. Plus, I think it's just safer unboxing it this way. I mean, I obviously have to be careful with the blade, but I don't really like pulling on the box to open up that pull tab thing, because sometimes that can just put too much stress on the product inside. So here we go, opening it up. All right, now, right off the bat, I'm not going to be a big complainer here, but just something that concerns me a little bit. When I ordered this package, because they always come as a package, you can't just simply get the vinyl. You have to get the vinyl plus a required t-shirt or jersey or jacket. If you remember when I did the Dynasty one, that came with that really cool hockey style jersey thing. And I liked that. But what I liked about the way they did that was when they shipped it to me, they shipped it in a big box. Everything was separate and safe. Now this time, as I'll show you here, I opened this up, and what did they do in this very thin package that's really, really technically only big enough for a record? They squeezed in the shirt as well. And I'm sure I'm not alone when I say I'm not crazy about them doing that. I mean, on one hand, it is providing some extra cushioning there, I suppose, but it's also putting a lot of extra stress on the cover, and, you know, not crazy about that. But from what I can tell in my initial view, it looks like everything's okay, but we will see. First up, I'm going to open up this shirt and we will take a look at it. And it is an old, early 80s style jersey with the 3/4 length sleeves. There you go. You can see it's got the Kiss Animalize logo on the front. That's definitely very retro. And then on the back, it says, "If it's too loud, you're too old." That was their big catchphrase at the time. I remember that too. I think I had a shirt from this era back then that had that saying on it. This might even be almost an exact replica of an old shirt, but I don't remember. I never had this particular front on a shirt. I had the Animalize shirt that had the picture of all four guys standing like on the back of the album cover. That's the one I had, and I actually still have that one. But anyway, this is a nice shirt. It's nice and soft. It's very thin, but that's pretty much in keeping with this style of jersey. So I like it. Looks like it's a good size. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I said, I'd rather that they would have just shipped that separately, but it is what it is. All right, moving on. So what I did get, like I said, was I did not get the 500, but I got the limited to 2500 version of the album here. And again, I don't know how much it's going to show up on camera, but unlike the original vinyl, this also comes with a shiny metallic style cover, just like they did with Dynasty. And reading the label here, it says 40th anniversary, black ice and white cornetto vinyl, silver mirror jacket and poster. That's cool. It comes with a poster. I don't think I even realized that. Limited to 2,500 units worldwide. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, there's the picture on the back of them. That's the one that I have the t-shirt of. I still have a vintage shirt with that image on it. I remember buying that at Hegwish Records when I was a kid. It says that this was one of the ones that was pressed in the Czech Republic printing facility there. I think most of the Kiss vinyl nowadays is done at that Czech Republic one. And I know some people are very picky about where their vinyl is pressed and all that stuff. So, because there's different ones all around the world, and some have a better reputation than others. This one was done in Czech Republic. And I am going to open this. Very carefully, I'm going to open this. But I am going to open so that we can look at what's inside together. And so opening the package and pulling out the inner sleeve, we have the four guys from Kiss. We've got Paul, Gene, Eric, and the short-lived Mark St. John. He was only on this album. He didn't even really tour with them. He played a handful of shows at the most, but due to issues he had with a condition of his hands, he ended up having to bow out of the band, and they ended up replacing him in the tour with Bruce Kulick, which was okay with me because I am a huge, huge Bruce Kulick fan. I think he's actually my favorite Kiss guitar player. I know people are going to go, what about, Ace Frehley or one of them? Well, I love them all, but Bruce Kulick is my guy. I like Bruce a lot. And yeah, there's lyrics on the other side of this. And this isn't, unlike the old ones from the 80s, this is like a thick, shiny kind of stock here. This isn't a flimsy paper inside like you would have gotten back in the day. So that's a really nice touch. So pulling out the vinyl so we can both get our first look at it. Ooh, that's really nice. Yeah. So you can see this is what they meant by black ice and white cornetto vinyl. It's really interesting. It's got like a see-through kind of quality to it. It almost looks like a close-up of an X-ray or something. If you've ever seen like old school X-rays when you break your arm or something, that's what it reminds me of. It's definitely a different look. But I don't hate it. It's cool. I'm glad to see them do something a little bit different here. So yeah, that's on the one side, and that's what you get on the other side. So anyway, yeah, there you go. This is the 2500 variant of this. They did come out, like I said, with the 500, and that was a picture disc, and I just ended up not getting that one, which is a shame, but can't have everything. But that is not all that's in here. Like I mentioned a moment ago, it said there is a poster, and I know people get nervous. I get nervous about unfolding the poster because it's easy to mess it up, but for the sake of entertainment here and my own curiosity, I'm opening it up, and man, look at that. That is a nice poster. That is cool. As you can see, I'm sure on the screen there, it's very glossy, very shiny. And it's that same picture I was talking about that's on the back cover and the one that was on the concert shirts back in the day. I'm going to very carefully try to fold this back up so I can put it back in here. Because again, I don't really display these posters unless I get them framed and can take proper care of them. And I am running out of wall space when it comes to that sort of thing. And last but not least, just to show you the cardstock they use for the sleeves. It is this red cardstock. It's really good quality. And yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'm a little bummed I didn't get the picture disc, but I'm super happy with this. And like I mentioned on the other video, when I opened up my Dynasty, will I play this? Yeah, I damned well sure am going to play this because I like playing my vinyl, even when they're collector's items. Sometimes certain ones I may not open, I might keep for a while, but eventually I play all my vinyl because records are meant to be played, but they can be collected too. Now, like I mentioned, that is not the only thing that Kiss Online put on sale recently. They kind of surprised a bunch of us by suddenly coming out with a bunch of Destroyer merchandise. Now, it's not exactly a special anniversary that I can think of for Destroyer, but you might remember that previously they had done the Destroyer box set where you could get special CD versions of not only the remixed and remastered album, but a bunch of studio outtakes and unreleased live stuff, or stuff that had never been officially released. It had been floating around on the bootleg market for years. But that box set was really popular with a lot of collectors, and recently they had done the same treatment for Creatures of the Night, and later came out with a box set of vinyl, and that was popular too. The only downside to these box sets that they've been doing is because of the amount of vinyl and extra goodies that they're putting in there, and then just, whatever reason that they decide they have to mark it up, these box sets are really expensive. And the Destroyer one, unfortunately, was no different. The regular black vinyl version, I think, came in at just under $600, and the glow-in-the-dark colored vinyl version of the Destroyer box set came in at just under $1,000. Now, again, spoiler alert and disclaimer, I did not buy either of those box sets. They look super cool. There's a lot of really cool extras in there, but I just can't justify it for myself. I do have friends that did buy that box set, and I know some people have put up videos showing what you can expect from those sets. I definitely recommend going and checking those out. I did not buy it though because I just can't afford it, and there's a lot of other things that $1,000 can buy me, even as far as Kiss stuff goes, because there's other things that I would probably rather have than that Destroyer box set, especially since I've already heard it. I've already heard everything that's on there. It's been out for a while now. I did not let the whole event pass by completely without purchasing a couple things. There were a couple things they put up for sale along with these Destroyer box sets that I said, okay, I've got to get my hands on those. So let's get into the box and let's see what I picked up. All right. Okay. Got the box open finally. And I did not pick up, as I said, any vinyl when it came to the Destroyer release this past month. but I did pick up a couple of cool things. Now, one of the things I picked up, which should be no surprise if you watched my Dynasty video, I was really excited about that retro style carnival mirror that they came out with for the Dynasty anniversary. I loved those mirrors when I was a kid. I used to get them at the carnivals all the time, and I had to get it. It's also not very expensive. It's less than $30. So I said that's worth it. And I was very excited to find out that they were doing the same treatment for Destroyer. So let's check it out. All right, so getting my first look at it along here with all of you. Oh, that's cool. All right. Yep. Now, interesting that there's no logo on here, but what we do get is, there you go. I think you can see that. We get a mirror of the Destroyer artwork from the cover. And yeah, I love it. Now, this is, if you're asking, if you can't tell at home about the size, this is a 10 by 10 inch mirror. So plenty big enough. Not quite as big as a vinyl record cover, but you know, still plenty big, and you can hang this, or it does have the stand on the back if this is something you wanted to put on a desk or a shelf. So that's a nice touch. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I hope they keep coming out with these mirrors, man. I'm so jazzed about this because, again, like I said, one of my favorite things to collect when I was a kid were these carnival-style mirrors. And when I say carnival, I mean that you could win these at carnivals back in the 70s and 80s. That was the main way people got them, at least to my knowledge. That's how I got all my mirrors. I used to have Kiss and Motley Crue and all sorts of stuff like that. So the fact that they're bringing them back makes me very happy. But that is not the last thing that I got from the Destroyer collection. I saw that they came out with a new poster, and as you can tell by things I've said, I am a poster fan. So I had to get my hands on this poster because what it is an old retro style blacklight fuzzy poster. I'm very carefully trying to pull this out of this tube because I do not want to damage this. The way they package this, it's in a tube, and then it does have paper in between to protect it. I don't know if I'm going to fold this all the way out because, again, it's very delicate. But as you can see here, this is one of those old school blacklight posters. It's got that soft velvety kind of feel to it, and if you put it up on a wall and you turn on one of those black lights, it will glow in the dark. Anybody who grew up back in the 70s or even in the early 80s, you remember those posters because I guarantee almost all of us had at least one of those. If it wasn't a band, it was like a white tiger or a leopard or a lion or a Camaro and a Trans Am. Space astronauts, these were all the rage back in the 70s. And so when I saw that they were coming out with this, I was like, oh, I got to get my hands on it. And what is cool about it, though, is that these are, just like the picture discs, limited to 500. So looking at the number on there, it's written down there in the green. I have number 499 out of 500. That's pretty cool. Wow. I just barely made it. I got the second to last one. Don't hesitate to go over to shopkissonline.com and see if they have it. I'm really happy with this poster. I'm sure many of you are nervous because I'm handling it the way I am and you're going, don't handle it. You're going to ruin it. And I'm not going to ruin it, but it's my poster and I'm not going to sell it or anything like that. So I will handle it as I see fit. But anyway, that's it. I just real quick wanted to share this with all of y'all out there because, I get excited about these things, and I know a lot of people have questions about how they look, and more importantly, how did they ship? Because once again, like I addressed back in the Dynasty video, unfortunately, some people are still experiencing shipping problems with this stuff, and I saw people were definitely reporting with the Animalize vinyl that they were getting damaged covers and all that. That's terrible. I hate to hear that happens. Luckily, looking at my Animalize cover, I'll have to inspect it more carefully, but just looking at it with you all right now, I didn't see any badly bent corners or dings or scratches or anything. It looked good. And, you know, like I said, I opened my vinyl anyway, so I don't really care that much about the condition of the cellophane, but the cellophane looked good too. So that's it. If any of you out there have bought any of this, did you get any of the new Destroyer exclusive stuff? Did you get any of the Animalize stuff? Let me know in the comments, or if you made your own video, send me a link because I'd love to check it out. There's going to be more KISS exclusive stuff coming out soon. We know Hotter Than Hell is right around the corner. And there's been other stuff announced, or I know there was the Hot in the Shade stuff. So there's more coming. And when I get my hands on it, if I get my hands on it, I will be happy to share it all here with you. So on that note, yeah, I'll just say what they said. If it's too loud, then you're probably too old. I'm certainly getting old because sometimes it's a little loud. It's just a little bit loud for me. So I'm going to go quietly listen to my KISS record and enjoy it. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. And rock on, everybody. I'll see you soon.